Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I'm glad you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Still on this debate of the talks between RAILA and William Ruto, there is another person who seeks to be enjoined in those talks, and that is Wahiga Mwaure, that is the Agano party leader. Let me take you back a bit. The 2022 general elections had 4 presidential candidates: Ruto, RAILA, Wajakoya, and Wahiga Mwaure. The first person, soon after Chebukati announced those results, the first person to say, "I agree," was Wahiga Mwaure. He's the first presidential candidate to throw in a towel and made it public that the elections were free and fair. Funny enough is that ever since that time, he has not talked about anything. He has not surfaced to defend anything, to even talk about that LGBTQ issue, to even talk about issues of price escalations. He has never made a single comment regarding the same. So what's funny is that I came across a tweet from one of the leading mainstream media stations, and this tweet was all about Agano party leader. And this is how the tweet read: Agano party leader Wahiga Mwaure demands to be included in the planned bipartisan talks between the government and Azimio leader Raila Odinga failure to which court should intervene. This is now where the whole thing gets interesting. I think people should start laughing at Wahiga Mwaure, because look at it here. He's saying Raila Odinga's failure to which court should intervene. Court should intervene to do what? Where was Wahiga Mwaure when the opposition were fighting for the rights of Kenyans, were fighting for unga's price to go down? Where was he? When the opposition were fighting for LGBTQ to be done away with, where was he? When the opposition were fighting for electoral reforms, where was he? When the opposition were fighting for server to be made available for auditing, where was he? One of the people who are not supposed to even open their mouth and talk to Kenyans about this issue of bipartisan talks and inclusion and everything is Wahiga Mwaure. Let's take, for example, Wajakoya. Wajakoya was a presidential candidate during the August 2022 general election, just like Mwaure was. But Wajakoya has come out to the public domain and made his stand known, that he stands for the people. Where was Wahiga Mwaure? He cannot come out now and say that if he's not included, then the court should intervene. Intervene to do what? Huyu ni one of those, we call them sellout leaders. I think that he fits the bill of sellout leaders. Wahiga Mwaure is a sellout leader, because why hijack right now? He wants to be relevant. He wants to say that he played part and parcel in the bipartisan talks. He wants to be included so that he can share now his views in that bipartisan talk. But then the question is, does he even know how this issue of bipartisan talk came about? Does he even have an MP in parliament? Does he? One of the people who are not supposed to talk, they're supposed to be spectators, is Wahiga Mwaure. It is pretty unfair that Raila Odinga, Wajakoya, Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua went through numerous tear gas, spent a lot in those campaigns. They traversed the country, they talked to the people, they risked their life. Now another leader, a presidential candidate, comes on board and says that, now let me be enjoyed so that I can talk for you people. Looks like you people don't understand what it's all about. So I want to talk for you people. And this talk should be made outside. If I'm not involved, then the court should intervene. This is a laughable matter. It's something that I don't know, but I'm not part of those people who are going to, decide on who is supposed to be there. But the last person we expect to see, one, is Wahiga Mwaure. Two, is a section of clergy. Certain pastors and bishops we've seen in the press conference, they are not supposed to be part and parcel of this, because they are those people who are regarded to as sellouts also, sellout pastors. I saw another tweet, from a response to the same tweet of a Ghana party leader. Someone says, this was someone telling Wahiga Mwaure that watu wakiumia, you are eating your special meals as usual. Now you want to be included as who? I mean. And then there was another Twitter handle by the name Vladimir. He says, he was amongst the first people to jump on Ruto's presidency. That is fully represented in Kenya Kwanza. Then another person, Victor, says, akwende huko. Alikuwa wapi watu wakichapwa na maji? Alikuwa anajificha kwa church. Apeleke upuzi huko kwa church. Pure kabisa, shenzi kabisa. That is another Twitter response, Twitter handler responding to Mwaure. So there's another one, Han Okoti. Han Okoti says, Mwaure, which side are you speaking from? Kenya Kwanza or Azimio? After the Chebukati Bangle elections, you identified with Zakayo's side, so just walk into State House and demand your right, but don't scuttle what we fought for. We never saw you kwa maandamano. I think that is similar to what I said. Then there's another one, Opitno. He says, was he and his party in maandamano? That's a question. But again, that is something I've tackled. Then there's another Twitter handle by the name Omemi Handler. He says, is this the same man who rushed to congratulate Ruto? As far as I'm concerned, his interest is covered in Kenya Kwanza. Then there's another one. Let me read this, the last one. Newton or Riech, I think. Wahiga Mwaure demands inclusivity in this bipartisan process. Where was he during the demonstration? It's good to be ambitious. So I think this request by Wahiga Mwaure amongst the KOT members has backfired, and that represents the feeling of Kenyans. What KOT members talk about is exactly what Kenyans feel about. So Wahiga Mwaure's request might not see the light of the day. I don't think he is qualified to be enjoined in that bipartisan talk. No. I think I agree with SUPKEM, I agree with the CSK, I agree with other church leaders, I agree with the Muslim organizations, I will agree with Mama Mbogas, Boda Bodas, because Mama Mbogas and Boda Bodas were promised heaven, and now what they are seeing is not even a hotel. So they have a right to be enjoined. But Wahiga Mwaure is the last person. That means kama hakuna mtu kabisa. In fact, kama hata hakuna mtu kabisa, they should not even think about Wahiga Mwaure, because he's just a sellout leader, like I said, a sellout leader. He congratulated Kenya Kwanza, said Chebukati was right. How can he again seek to be enjoined to say now IEBC be reformed? Reformed for what? If he said Chebukati was right, the election was okay, there was normal practice, then why would he want to be enjoined? Because part of the things that are supposed to be discussed is electoral reforms, and then server access. Why would he want to have server access if he reaffirmed William Ruto's win? Why would he want to talk about high cost of living if tangu ile siku aseme Ruto iko sawa hajaongea mpaka leo hii? Why would he want to talk about high cost of living? That's something that Wahiga Mwaure should think about. I think the people who are tasked with appointing or selecting people to represent in that bipartisan talk, Wahiga Mwaure put across, no, can't be in that list, ladies and gentlemen. He cannot be in that list. Ladies and gentlemen, perhaps if you're watching our video for the first time, or if you're a regular viewer who will be supporting this channel by viewing, please support us by also subscribing to YOLENO TV. We need numbers. We need to get to 20,000 subscribers. And for us to get to that number, we require your support. If you subscribe, we get another number. If you give us a like, our video gets shared globally. And by getting shared globally, we get other subscribers. So ladies and gentlemen, kindly stay safe and stay blessed until we catch up again in our next analysis.